Hey, what's up? Today we're gonna fix an LE error on an LG. So what happens is when you turn it on, you get TE error and you get that annoying beep, 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 beep sound. TE is sort of like a thermistor error fault, and it can be caused by a couple of issues. It might be because there's a broken wire or the sensor itself is not working properly. Now, of course, models are different. Now, this model is the 8 kilo one, but if yours is different, don't worry, because how we fix it is the same, because the construction of these inside is the same, and it's the same parts that we're going to troubleshoot and get fixed together. So you're going to need a multimeter and a screwdriver. Sometimes if you don't have multimeter, don't worry, it might just be a broken wire, but let's see what's happening with it. You're going to need to flip it and check the back. But before you do anything else, you're going to need to turn off the power and unplug it from all the power so you don't get shocked. Back, what we want to do is undo the 4 screws that are holding the spike plate. So 1, to remove it, there's some tabs on the top and the bottom. You can just pull it and it'll come out. Now, mine's gonna be pretty easy, because if you just have a look there, this is what happened. It's getting a bit closer. So remember, as I said, it's either a broken wire or the sensor for the temperature sensor on the heater is not working properly. And you can see on mine that mine's actually still there, but if you have a closer look, this is the wire that connects to the temperature sensor on my heating element. So somehow it's cracked the housing on the sensor here, and this has come loose, and that's why it's giving that TE error, because when it starts up, it's going to check to make sure everything's connected. Yours is going to maybe do it when it's during the wash, because it's not getting the right reading. But if yours is connected and you're still getting the fault, you can always just trace this wiring and make sure that it's not broken somewhere down the line. The other test we're going to do is I'm going to connect up my multimeter and test the resistance for that sensor to see if it's a good one or it's a bad one. So let's check that out. I'll grab a multimeter, one of these. Usually you can buy for like 20 bucks or so at the electronics store. And we're going to put it on ohms, and we're going to test for resistance. So you're going to put one on one pin, the other on the other pin. And we're getting about 50 kilo ohms. Now that's pretty good. Yeah, 50 kilo ohms, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to change mine just because this came off and it's broken. To change this, if you're looking for this part, if yours is registered maybe 20 kilo ohms or 10 kilo ohms, you're going to need to change it, because you're looking for something between 40 to 60 kilo ohms. And to change it, you'll need to undo these. They're 10 millimeter nuts, and then that will loosen this up a bit, and this just pulls out. It just goes in there. Wait, let's change mine, because I'm going to change mine. Alright, so I got my newish one, which is this one, and I'm going to install it there. If you're going to need to get a new one, get it off eBay, just put in your LG and then put your model number, thermistor or temperature sensor, and it should bring up the temperature sensor for your washer. Now if some of these don't have the temperature sensor or the heater at the back, it'll be at the front. So just trace and try to find where your heating element is, which is this one, and try to find if it's at the front, this is where the thermistor will be as well. But to remove it, change it, take out the 10 first. It's 2 bolts. Might just remove these cables for better access. And rub in here. And okay. Now you need a flat screwdriver to sort of try and pry this one out, because it's in there. The way I usually do it, I sort of remove the, so try to pry it out. I might like break, this one's not too good with, obviously the other bits broke off, but it's wedged in there. So I usually just try to remove the heating element and then install them together. So it just sort of pulls out like that. So mine wasn't too hard to get out. And that's your sensor. Let's change that. You need to pry these two apart. If you've broken yours and you need to get a new heater, you can buy a new heating element. But to put it back in, you simply slot it in. Make sure it sits in the bracket for the heating element. And one way to make sure is to turn the drum when you're just like almost all the way in, to make sure it's not scraping against it. So it means it's gone in properly. And then all we're doing now is pushing the heating element in. Usually I like to get the black rubber seal in first before I finish off with the heating element itself, just to make sure everything's gone in properly. Looks okay. Once it's all in there, get your first one in. That's good. Just make sure it's nice and snug. Good. Connect the wires. Beautiful. All right, moment of truth. Just close it up at the back, and then we're going to reconnect it to power, make sure that it's not still giving that error. Let's turn it on, see what happens, and voila, the TE error is gone. And I'll just put it on a spin cycle, and now it's going to work. Perfect. You didn't get that before, so that's good. We fixed that issue. If you have any issues, let me know. Reach out in the comment section and I'll try to help as much as I can. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.